thank you for showing up. Thank you for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. As we know, time is money and money is time. So now I'll get straight to the point. Where do you want to know what actually really it's working in the home business right now? So I'll get straight to the point. As I'll be showing you in this single video how and what will really make that different, because there's so many businesses out there that one can start, but the thing is, you don't really want to be sitting down and just do the business. The idea of you getting into a business is for you to have that freedom, right? To do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do, and get to travel around the world. So what I'm going to show you is going to work for you without really worrying about the appointments that you have in your diary. And, with being, whether you're going to be predicting to replace your business or your job income right now at the moment. So what is it that you are earning, and do you want to grow more? Because for most of us, what we earn at the moment, it's never enough. We always want more money. There's always shortage of money in our lives. And see, the accelerator factor is the change that you want to have in your life. You have to raise your standards, as Tony says, as you can see him in the picture, as he says, for you to have to change that lifestyle that you want, you have to raise your standard. As silly as it sounds, as he might say, it's simply just to raise your standards, do more than what you're doing at the moment, right? Or you have to hustle smarter, because most of us, we tend to think if you just working and you being physical with something, that's when you're working. But a lot of people who are making smart decisions with their money and their businesses, they are not there all the time, and they don't have to do work physically, because the world is changing these days, and you don't want to be tired and just sit down and be there. You have to really outthink everybody that are doing the business. So how are you going to talk? Because there's so much out there these days. So what are you going to do differently, right? So now, for a lot of us, I want us to face the truth here a little bit. For a lot of us, stylists, right? You get into the fashion world with these big hopes, because it's a big industry, right? With these big hopes, and you want to do this and you want to do that. I'm going to style this. I'm going to empower women. That was for me. So I want to empower women, and what is better than dressing them right? And that worked. But I was tied and married to my job all the time, right? So and then it was staggered. I wasn't moving forward as much as I wanted to. People were dismissing me. I don't know whether it's the energy that I was projecting or what, but I got, as much as I had people that were looking up and shouting out, you're doing a good job and what have you, I was targeted. I wanted more, because I know that I could produce more. But if I still want to help women and empower them, what more can I do? So I started looking around. And that's where you kind of do something like this, and either you're going into the right direction, right, or not. Or if you have this a little bit of movement, you're constantly in that phase of fear. And that's what I heard. So you get into this car which is moving forward, but then that's it. It's moving forward, but with that lot of fear in it. You're thinking, oh my God. Because, the harsh truth for most of us is you have this you say, I'm going to go into it, experiment it with a lot of hopes and determination. But then there is the unknown and unexpected things that creeps in. But for most of us, we are not prepared for that. So then the day-to-day thing that you're doing, you're hustling, you're pushing, trying to put yourself out there on social media. But then remember, most people are stylists, so they claim whether they are qualified or not, but you don't have to be qualified, but it's good, right? It looks much better when you're putting yourself out there. You've put the time, effort, and money for you to educate yourself to know more and understand more how to dress the body right. But that's not enough for a lot of people who invest in that way. That's not enough. So you end up sort of competing with almost someone who is there doing whatever you thinking is you are a professional into it, but they almost taking your job away from you, if you like. So and when we get into that, so we tend to lack direction and clarity, right? Because you don't really know, because now you're stuck, you don't know what to do. So my name is Shike Bihanga, and I'm going to exactly show you this skill that I went for. Like, okay, I gotta change something. So this skill is for life, and nobody will take it away from me, regardless of who or what is happening in the economy. So I'm going to share with you why you need to educate yourself with what makes the economies move right around the world. What is it? Why are they moving? What is happening when things are happening? You'll be ahead of that, because there is always bubbles that bubble up. But for a normal person that doesn't know, it comes almost as a shock to them, where they don't understand. So, oh, what happened? But when you are forehead and you are in that part of the world, you can see and you can understand things better, and then you are much more prepared than most people, right? So this approach is for you. We will do it so that you approach your day simply, and you have a lot of actions because you know what to do. You have you'll get your focus. Your focus is there, and you will have fast results, right? Because you will have simple steps to learn, and they will be laid out to you step by step. All you need to do is follow those directions. But it's so hard. You know what people are like. We get into something, and then we want to do it our own way. You're not following what you were told to follow. It's just to learn. It's a skill. But then when you stagger and you're thinking, oh God, this doesn't work, this is not really for me, blah, 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 you end up quitting very quickly without giving yourself that enough of time. So these three categories, these are the people that I work for, or I work with. These are the stylists that want to change with a predictable and fast route to their growth. Struggling stylists that can't seem to find what works and want to change. Stylists that have some success and are hungry for more and want change but don't know where to look. Because I was that stylist. I wanted more, but I was a bit lost until a friend of mine reached out to me and said, girl, I've got something here for you. Come on, Shike, because I've seen you. You're a strong, powerful woman. You're putting yourself out there. You're projecting. You want to help people. And as we were talking, and I told him, I was struggling a little bit with my business. So this is a great opportunity for you. You can still help the women the way you want to. This is a great opportunity. So just, sit down and listen and take a look at what I have to say. And so I did. So, $1,000, £1,000, it's going to be a huge change in a lot of homes, and you can generate this within the 30 days of you joining my business, or you can generate it like this almost, but it's down to you how fast and how quick you want it. How driven are you going to be to achieve all of this? And it's important, because stylists, incomes are up and down, right? Depending on what is happening in your diary, depending what is happening, how are people booking you in, or are they not? Do people really see styling as a service that we provide? Is it a luxury or a necessity? So ask yourself that, right? for me, I think, yes, it's a necessity because you're empowering someone, they get to change. Yes, there is that. But with proven times, to me, it has shown that it's not really a necessity. It's a luxury because nobody is booking stylists now unless if you are, I don't know, a fashion stylist, but still, because nothing is happening, everything's locked down. So that you not wanted. A lot of people are jobless at the moment, right? So you are stuck. You don't know what to do with yourself. It just shows that the styling career is not recession-proof career, and so has many other careers out there. You want to be on the right side of money, so we have to be really clear and clever in how we're taking and what actions we're taking from now on. All right. So think about your appointments actually that you are delivering. You have to be there physically all the time, working hard, and sometimes people don't appreciate you. They think, you have to wave that magic wonder and provide, but sometimes things don't go as you want them to, and then you have this person bagging on your back, not really appreciating all the hard work that you're putting in. And really, you don't want that. You don't want that, because I know as stylists, we work very hard because you're constantly on your feet, your back aches, you're running around making sure that you're providing this good service that you say you are going to provide for your client. And of course, as I said, again, you're depending on those appointments. You're chasing, you're constantly chasing, right? So the system that we have here is a predictable full-time system, right? So what I do is I target for people who are ready to join and take that leap, people that can work with any budget, and it's based on proven results. You have to come into this networking business, trading Forex with an open mind. You really have to, because this skill, it really does work. It really does work. All you need to do is open yourself up and see it as that opportunity, see it for what it is. Take a chance on you. We people, we don't take chances on ourselves. We get into something and then start doubting it. Because you're not putting work into it. So then you blaming it. It's not, instead of looking in yourself, you start playing the blame game sort of things. God, it's this, it's them, they are not doing this, they are not providing me with that. So you start playing that, right? Because as we all know, with everything, we have to provide and put in the work and make sure that money will work for you, because money will work for you down the line as long as you put yourself in the right state of mind, as long as you start at the beginning, you want to work very hard and then let it all fall out, and then you understand everything. So that's what it is. The value is what you see in everything. What is that value, right? Are you going to see this skill as a value, or are you going to come in here and just take it? Okay, I'm just going to try. Because when you get when you get in something with 1 foot in and 1 foot out, it never works, because you are not fully committed. And I think about it, it's like you being into a relationship. If 1 foot is in, 1 foot is out, that ain't gonna work. It's the same thing here. What you want to commit. Because, I have been flaky for the longest, wanting to do this and wanting to do that, but 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I had to question myself, why are you so flaky, girl? Because you are this strong person and you want things to happen for sure, but yet you are so flaky. Why? Right? So I'm pretty sure so far you are getting value of what we're going to do. All right? Because what this here, Forex, it's something that will open your eyes. Even one of these points that I've pointed out, I'm sure it's going to open your eyes out and really see what Forex is, rather than seeing on YouTube or hearing from a friend who's doing it or who did it and it didn't work out, and they will tell you, oh no, that doesn't work. Don't take other people's words for it. This is for you. This is you. If you want to build a legacy for your kids and everything else that you want to leave behind, you have to hustle smart. Seriously, you have to really hustle very smart, something that's actually really gonna generate that legacy, right? So we have to think about that really, and because this here is gonna be a fast. And it's free that I'm giving you in this success strategy session. It's fast and free, but I will want you to work with me, right? So see, when you're getting into the world of forex or trading, for many years and up to now, in some companies, you have to spend with 5,000 to 10 grand just to learn how to trade. Because I know a friend of mine who's a part of my business. Her name is Lisa. She had to pay 10 grand. And that was just to learn for a few days. Right? And I was astonished when I heard how much money she had to pay. Because I went to something as well where they were providing us with details. And we had to pay 10 grand. I was like, no, I don't have that kind of money to pay. So once you get into this, you have to value it for what it is, because a lot of people made it through this, and a lot of people got broken because they were not prepared with what was coming their way, or they didn't fully commit, right? So it's for you to invest and show down and see how serious you want to take this thing, right? So, and this here, it's only for today. So take action. I want to work with people who are winners, people that want to take action, implement this solution quickly. I don't want to have a conversation with you and give you all this information if you're just gonna let it collect dust somewhere on a shelf. I want you to get the best out of this, because this really does work. But are you willing to work? So be an action taker. And this is not for people who, this is not for someone that wants to get information and then start sitting there. Oh, I will do this tomorrow. I will do that later. No. Take action. Because remember, it's for you. Everywhere you go, there you are. What are you doing? Are you taking that action, or are you just sitting down and saying, I will do it later, I'm busy now? Because life never stops being busy. So take that action and make sure that things will work. So don't be that person that, okay, you said, okay, I'm going to do it, but then sit down on it. Because this is a great opportunity. I want you to really see in that. So I'm going to hit that home. I want you to see that. Also, not for someone who wants to waste time. I don't waste time. Don't waste my time. I'm not here to waste your time. So take action and make sure that this is going to work. Take that action. Okay. Also, not for someone that doesn't want to take action, as I said, but you want big results. How is that going to be possible? Because nothing works without you working for it, and make sure you put in the action, and then it will start producing. But you have to put in the work first. Right? You have to learn to put in that work first. So what I want is for you to expand your growth, learn to expand your growth. Because for the longest, we were told if you are going to work, going to uni or whatever and just study, that's how you make your money. No. See, time has changed so much. We have to learn to change with time. We have to learn to change with time and not being left behind and move with it. This will be for people who actually wants to take that step and create the residual income as a stylist. You can still be a stylist and do this, right? You can still be a stylist and do this to start with, because a lot of people that join, they tend not to be so sure, but until they start seeing the results, end up quitting their jobs. Because that, for me, I'm about to quit my job. I know, and I value my job, because that's the thing, that the money that I had to join this, it gave me that. And I want you to value your job and work, yes, but if you want more, you have to step up. And also this will work for parents, because it's a great way for kids to see, because if you are around them and you are doing this, and kids will learn from you. And that's why I like it for people who have kids around them, just for kids to see a new way of things, how people are doing things. And it's for them, as you know, everything is almost done on a computer these days. Yes, that's where we're facing this here. If they learn from like when they're young, they will pick it up and they will be far ahead of the game more than anybody else. And also this is for people that want better growth, education, or don't want to work that traditional 9-to-5 job, right? If you want more than that, you can do this, right? This is for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. It doesn't really matter. This is for all the people that wants to grow. What do you want for you, right? What is it that you want for you? So you need to ask yourself that question. What do I want from me? Stop being a mom, stop being a wife, stop being a girlfriend, stop being a sister, stop being that. Be you for a second and ask yourself, what do I actually really want as a person? I want you to ask yourself that question. So please do ask yourself that question. What is it that you want? Because some of you now will be happy with the information that I'm giving you, but I'm pretty sure some of you out there want to achieve more than just being that person. You want more, because sometimes when you are a mom or you marry, you have to put your life on hold, right? So that you look after everybody else. As women, I mean, we tend to do that. Or some husbands now these days, they stayed at home and they sacrifice. But then along the way, people tend to lose the sense of who they are. Right? Get to know you this year, because we will work with you mentally, emotionally, so you really work out yourself. Write it down, journal it down, know and understand you more, and work out who you really are, instead of being this person just because you've got that person in your life. But who are you? Reevaluate that, right? I want you to really do that, because here we're going to learn how to investing in yourself. What is it that you really, really want, and how does really investing work? Okay, because there would be that as well. Because once you've learned how to trade, you have cracked the code. You have cracked that code and use that key to get in that door and open it for yourself. Now, this is really important. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention, please. Your approach to this business will be like no other. Because your approach would really, really matter how you're going to approach this. Your mindset, the media, the system. So when you've got all those 4 elements together, you have cracked that code, honey, and you will run away with it. I mean, you don't have to build the business if you want, but you can still learn the skill. You don't need to rely on products that needs to go out there. You can learn the skill and just work with that, right? Work with that, understand it, and work it out. You've heard of, I'm sure a lot of you heard of Forex, but how we do it as an academy, we've laid it out to give the people the power, right? You are given the power, but because most people, when you hear it, their mindset to trading is very, very negative. And it's because of what they've heard, of what people have said to them, or what they read, without them really giving it their all and understanding what really trading is. Because once you get into this, it's really powerful and there's no going back. Or maybe you know someone who've tried it and it didn't work for them, right? And that was mostly it's a lack of education. If you're getting into something and you're not educating yourself enough, somewhere, somehow, there will be a lack of it. And here, with the information that we have, there is no lack of it. You won't go wrong with it. Absolutely not. Right? And I really want you to understand that. Probably you think that this will never work, because what will happen is you will be thinking, oh, they will just take my money, and I won't, take make anything out of it, with that negative mindset, because that's all we know. Because when you have to put out a little bit of money, we tend to be so fearful, because all we're thinking about is the money. I have invested so much money. But when you look at the big scale of things, the amount of money that you have invested to start the business is not all that much. When you're comparing it to the money that you'll be making, and it's going to be a life-changing amount of money for you, right? So listen, information is power, but applied information is powerful. Because we know also, you've got information, it's power. We hear that all the time, right? But you got to learn to apply the information that you're getting. And that's where most of us are going wrong. Learn to apply the information. So what I'm going to offer you a success strategy session where you're going to dive in more, and for you to understand, and I will show you how really what you will need to do to trade Forex, right? I will show you that, because with a bit of education, you will go so far, right? Just have the right information in front of you, right kind of education in front of you, and you will go places, honey. I tell you that. Trust and believe. I didn't understand. It took me a long time to understand this, but I got there. I wasn't going to give up. I said to myself, I am not giving up, because I have so much to lose. I have worked for such a long time as a carer when I started my styling business on the side. And I'm still a carer, right? Which I'm about to quit my job. I care and love for the people that I look after. I do that. But I knew I could do more with my work. I can help more people if I put myself out there and stick to this. I will be able to do so much more here. So now you have a choice here. You can book in a session with me and finally solve all these money fears that you have in your head. Because when it comes to money, we are so fearful. Oh my God. And it's going to be for free. Of course, it's going to be for free. It's just for you to come and have more knowledge and understand more about really how this whole thing works, right? And I really don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to miss out, because this current situation that we're going through, yeah, it's not good. I don't want you to be sitting there, oh God, I should have, could have, would have, and sit there and wonder. You don't want that. You don't want that. Take action on you, because this is your life right here. It's your life. So take action, please. So thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. You've got a solution here where you are going to make changes, right? So take time and make sure that you're going to press, you see those two arrows where they're facing, press the green red button that's down there and make an appointment with me on the date that's available, because you got to be on it, because the dates are going very, very fast and people want to know, because people now have woken up and they want more, and they want to see more what's out there. So please be the person that's going to take action. Don't be the person that's going to be left behind and live in fear, because everybody are saying we want to go back to the normality, but what is that? Because remember, when we have shifted to one side so much, we don't know what is on the other side of the coin, and you want to be prepared for it. Regardless of what's been happening out here, people have been making money. I've been making money in the markets, right? And I want you to be that person as well. So thank you very much, and I will see you when you make that appointment. So more action and less of excuses, because there's so many excuses out there, right? So be the person that's going to take that action and make it happen for you. And be the person that's going to be the person that's going to break that curse in the generations of your family. Be the person that's going to be a prime example to your family and your kids. So thank you, and I really appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Bye. See you soon.